The newest corner of theirs, Stephon Gilmore, showed up at the Panthers practice facility on Thursday. He is expected to play once he comes off the PUP list week 7 against the Giants. And there's more good news coming out of Carolina as running back Christian McCaffrey was limited in practice for a second straight day as he recovers from a hamstring injury. He says he feels great and believes he has a chance to play on Sunday against the Eagles. Meanwhile, in Minnesota, running back Dalvin Cook did not practice for the second day in a row as he deals with an ankle injury. Cook still thinks he has a chance to play against the Lions, but today's practice will be crucial for Cook. If he can't go, Alexander Mattison would get the start again like he did in week 3 when he ran for 112 yards in the win over the Seahawks. Ravens QB Lamar Jackson not on the injury report, but has been dealing with that back injury. Head coach John Harbaugh saying Jackson isn't 100%, to which Jackson replied, Harbaugh's right, he's actually 101%. But don't look for Lamar to wear any extra equipment to try and protect himself.
After some of the hits he took in Denver, especially that late hit in the back on the touchdown pass.
Okay, yeah.
Is there any thought about, kind of wearing more pads if you're going to be in the pocket more and be more, susceptible to kind of those kind of hits in the pocket?
Nah, not really. I feel like if I put on extra padding and stuff like that, I'll be looking like a transformer or something. And I don't want to be slowed down.
So we know Megatron's already been taken. Maybe it's Bumblebee, maybe it's Optimus Prime, maybe it's Blur, the fastest Autobot on land, or maybe Kyle and Hammer, maybe it's Cliff Jumper. What do we think? Is that a possibility?
Well, we talked to Calvin Johnson about this recently, and he said, I like being the bad guy on the field. So Hammer was just saying maybe Lamar could be who?
Starscream?
Starscream, another Decepticon. We're going to go with that, Will. Thank you very, very much. He's a star. He makes us scream. It's that type of thing. You keep hearing us say Hammer, and that is about our guy right here, Hammer. This is Matthew Hamilton. Matthew, say hello. This is the guy who's been with us since day one. August 2016, he is the Good Morning Football producer, football at Missouri. Now you're coaching high school football. What's your record right now?
We're 3-1 right now at New Rochelle High School.
3-1 at New Row. He knows more about football than anybody in the world. He has breathed so much life into so many segments for us, and now he's going to do it for you because it's time for Hammer Time by DraftKings Sportsbook. This guy is going to give you his thoughts on some of those tasty plays that DraftKings has to offer. Hammer, you ready?
I hope I can live up to that.
Let's go, baby. Come on.
Slap on the tush.
Well, today, I have my eyes on one of the most intense rivalries that this league has to offer as the Giants head down to Dallas to take on the Cowboys this weekend.
Okay.
We know Dak Prescott and the Cowboys offense are going to put up big numbers, but I'm going to show you why I think Daniel Jones and the Giants could actually keep pace.
No way. Here we go. Giants. This guy knows.
Hear me out.
The
Talk about Danny Dimes.
I don't think Daniel Jones' 400-yard performance last week against the Saints was fluky. I know there are trust issues with him given his history, but I think we'll see some bigger numbers from him going forward because he finally has the personnel to set him up for success. Let's take a look at why they were so successful last week against the Saints.
Okay.
Let's start with Daniel's first touchdown. There's John Ross on the outside, just pure speed. Look, the Saints have 2 deep defenders. He's just going to split them. There's only a few guys in the league that have this type of speed to just blow past 2 deep defenders like that. And Daniel Jones is a great deep ball thrower, too. I think that's his best trait. John Ross really helps accentuate that and puts him in the best position. So we saw the speed. Now let's check out the size. Here's Kenny Golladay at the bottom. He's going to run a slant. It's 3rd and 7, less than a minute to go in the game. He's going to just steamroll Malcolm Jenkins after he catches this ball and pick up 28. This sets up the game-tying field goal for the Giants that end up sending it into overtime. And then Kadarius Toney. We can't see this play enough.
Favorite play.
I love it.
The shiftiness.
This kid's crazy.
To have a guy that you can get the ball to 3 yards off the line of scrimmage and just have him make this many people miss.
I need to put him in number 1.
It's unbelievable.
So good.
And then the versatility. Saquon lined up at receiver, up against Marshawn Lattimore. Lattimore's peeking at the out. Saquon just runs right by him.
Respect that running back out there.
Has those natural hands, and then once he's in the open field, you're not catching him.
I know.
So speed, size, elusiveness, and versatility.
Okay.
These are all things that Daniel Jones did not have at his disposal last year with his weapons. And now Jason Garrett is figuring out how to use them, and I think that's going to carry over to Sunday. Not to mention that while the Cowboys defense has improved, they're still giving up over 300 yards a game to every quarterback they faced this year.
Yikes.
Look at that. Brady, Herbert, even Jalen Hurts and Sam Darnold put up over 300 yards against this secondary. So I went over to DraftKings Sportsbook. They actually have a special on this game, setting the line on Dak Prescott and Daniel Jones' combined passing yards at 549.5 with plus 125 odds on the over. So that's essentially 275 yards for each guy. With what I just showed you on Daniel Jones and what we all know Dak is capable of, I think that's an intriguing number. What do you guys think?
549.5 is the number?
Yeah.
I'm worried about it, Hammer, because it seems obvious to me. Like, Dak's going to get his 300, and then what? Daniel Jones going to need 250? This seems to be jump on this.
Yeah, see, I think the thing, Daniel Jones hadn't thrown for over 260 in a game before last weekend against the Saints, so I think people are still a little
Well, so how do they figure
hesitant.
it out, like in the second half against the Saints? Like, it's all pretty, and like, let's hit John Ross and the Kenny Galladay. How do we know that's going to continue? Because I don't know what to make of the Saints team.
Yeah, I mean, I think Jason Garrett is getting a feel for how to put these guys in the best position. And
You
I
trust
think
him?
that's what we saw. I do.
I think you made a great point. You showed Galladay, Tony, Ross, and Saquon, 4 players that he did not have on the field last year. Those are 4 guys who did not play a game. So he's got all these new weapons. I think we can make it work.
I trust Garrett. I just don't trust Danny Dimes.
Still,
I don't.
All right, Mike. Well, you're not trusting the Hammer then, because